Good evening and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you 100 news and updates from the country and the world in 30 minutes. Let's begin. In a major push towards self-reliance and green mobility, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday inaugurated Suzuki Motor Plant's localized production of hybrid battery electrodes. Prime Minister Modi also flagged off the export of Maruti Suzuki's first global battery electric vehicle, the e-Vitara, Suzuki's first global strategic battery electric vehicle to over 100 countries including Europe and Japan. In a bid towards Atmanirbhar Bharat or self-reliant India in the field of green energy, Prime Minister Modi also inaugurated the next phase of India's battery ecosystem, marking the commencement of local production of hybrid battery electrodes at TDS lithium-ion battery plant in Gujarat. Later, addressing a program in Gujarat's Hansalpur, Prime Minister Modi stressed that Made in India electric vehicles are now driving onto the global stage, saying it reflects our nation's growing strength in green mobility. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also added that the world will now drive EVs that say Made in India. Prime Minister Modi also said that Make in India initiative has created a favourable environment for both global and domestic manufacturers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be beginning his two-nation Japan and China visit from the 28th of August to participate in key summits. During his two-day visit to Japan, Prime Minister Modi will attend the 15th India-Japan Annual Summit, besides reviewing the special strategic and global partnership with his counterpart. In the second leg of his visit, at the invitation of the Chinese President Xi Jinping, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in China to attend the SCO Summit from August 31st in Tianjin. Prime Minister of Fiji, Sitiveni Rabuka, who is on his India visit, will deliver the lecture on Ocean of Peace in the national capital today. The Indian Navy commissioned the latest state-of-the-art Project 17A multi-mission stealth frigates Udayagiri and Himgiri at Visakhapatnam Naval Base on Tuesday. Speaking at the commissioning ceremony of INS Himgiri and INS Udayagiri in Visakhapatnam, India's Chief of Naval Staff, Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi, highlighted that these two stealth frigates represent a significant milestone. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, who was also present at the commissioning of these two ships, said that it is a reflection of the dream of Atmanirbhar Bharat being realised and showcased to the world. The Indian Air Force is all set to retire its iconic MiG-21 fighter aircraft next month. The farewell ceremony will be held at Chandigarh Air Base, where the 23rd Squadron, popularly known as the Panthers, will fly the jet for the last time. India's Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, highlighted the ascendancy of technology over strategy, delivering the keynote address at Ran Samvad 2025 in central Indian city of Mahau. The CDS said, India is a peace-loving nation, but we cannot be pacifists. India's Chief of Army Staff, General Upendra Dwivedi, who is on Algeria visit, held high-level meetings with senior Algerian leadership, including his counterparts. The discussions were aimed at the aspects of bilateral defence cooperation, further nurturing the military bond between both the armies and enhancing mutual commitment towards peace and security. Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, inaugurated Rozgar Mahakumbh 2025 in Lucknow on Tuesday. The three-day-long event aims to provide job opportunities to the youth of the state by connecting them to industry giants. Chief Minister of Haryana, Naib Singh Saini, along with other leaders, reached Haryana Legislative Assembly on bicycle. The Chief Minister emphasised on pollution-free initiatives such as promoting cycling to create awareness. India hosted the first-ever group meeting of the Global Telecom Community 3GPP Radio Access Network in Karnataka's Bengaluru. Discussions recorded the highest-ever global participation with over 1,500 delegates from more than 50 countries. Indian equity indices ended on a weak note with Sensex down 849.37 points to 80,786.54. Nifty on Tuesday declined over 250 points but closed above the 24,700 mark. Gold prices on Tuesday jumped 342 rupees to 1,966 rupees per 10 grams in future trade in line with firm global trends. Silver prices on Tuesday rallied 779 rupees to hit an all-time high of 1,16,729 rupees per kilogram in futures trade in line with firm global trends. Indian rupee ended 10 paise lower at 87.68 per dollar on Tuesday. Crude oil futures fell by 41 rupees to 5,657 rupees per barrel as the participants trimmed positions in line with weak demand in the spot market. Asian markets retreated on Tuesday after a wave of market-shaking moves by US President Donald Trump, including the firing of a central bank official and fresh threats of export curbs on microchips. Shanghai's benchmark index slipped from a fresh decade high close as investors rotated into undervalued sectors following an extended rally. European markets dropped on Tuesday, dragged by French equities amid rising fears that the country's minority government could be ousted next month. In the largest aviation deal, Korean Air has agreed to buy over 100 Boeing jets along with GE Aerospace spare engines in a deal worth nearly $50 billion. Nuclear talks between Iran, Britain and France along with Germany will be held on Tuesday in Geneva, marking the second such meeting since Iran's mid-June 12-day conflict with Israel and subsequent US strikes on Tehran's nuclear facilities. The nuclear talks come after Iran suspended cooperation with the United Nations nuclear watchdog, with Tehran pointing to the International Atomic Energy Agency's failure to condemn Israeli and US strikes on its nuclear facilities. North Korea has said that the 11-day annual US-South Korea joint military drills proved Washington's intention to occupy the Korean peninsula and aim at its enemy countries in the region. In a televised message, First Vice Chief of the General Staff of Korean People's Army, Kim Yong-pok, warned both the US and South Korea of unpleasant situations if they continuously persist in the military rehearsals. The Israeli Security Cabinet will meet on Tuesday evening in Jerusalem to discuss renewed negotiations for a ceasefire and hostage release deal. The Security Cabinet approved a plan for the military to take over Gaza City early August. Tuesday's meeting is expected to focus on resuming negotiations for a ceasefire and the release of hostages still being held in the Palestinian territory. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that Israel deeply regretted what he described as a tragic mishap that occurred at the Nasser hospital in the south of the Gaza Strip on Monday. Israel's military, the Israel Defense Forces, acknowledged striking the area of Nasser hospital and said the chief of the general staff had ordered an inquiry. Australia has expelled Iran's ambassador on Tuesday, accusing the country of being behind anti-Semitic arson attacks in Melbourne and Sydney. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said intelligence services reached the deeply disturbing conclusion that Iran directed at least 2 anti-Semitic attacks. The move marks the first time Australia has expelled an ambassador since World War II. Australia also withdrew its ambassador to Iran and suspended its embassy's operations in Tehran. Australia's opposition leader Suzanne Ley said that she supported the government's action. US President Donald Trump suggested that Russian President Putin is reluctant to meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky because he does not like him. Speaking to the reporters during a meeting with South Korean President Lee Jae-myung, Donald Trump warned that there could be consequences if Putin and Zelensky do not meet. Donald Trump also stated that Ukraine conflict had been much more difficult to resolve than he earlier believed. His comments came a day after Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov announced that Putin was open to talks with Ukraine but raised doubts over Zelensky's legitimacy. Meanwhile, Trump is still insisting that progress can be made, offered his own metaphor. It takes two to tango, suggesting a meeting and probably a deal to be closed. Making these statements, US President Donald Trump also confirmed he spoke to Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin since meeting in Washington last week with Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky and the European leaders. US President Donald Trump on Monday said that he expects to visit China this year or shortly afterwards, noting that economic ties between the two countries have improved even as he kept the door open to steeper tariffs. France's minority government on Tuesday faced the prospect of collapse within weeks after opposition parties said they would not back Prime Minister Francois Bayrou in a September 8 confidence vote tied to his budget cut plans. Germany and Canada will be signing an agreement on boosting cooperation in the field of critical raw materials, says Chancellor Friedrich Merz, as they seek to reduce heavy dependence on China. At a press conference in Berlin alongside Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, Merz said that it is a positive step towards strengthening our economies and making them more secure. Time to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked, we just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back. Let's continue. Early morning showers in Delhi NCR brought relief from humidity. IMD forecast heavy rain on the 26th of August as well. Yamuna River nears danger mark as heavy rain lashes Delhi and water released from Himachal Uttarakhand dams. Snowfall in Ladakh's higher reaches forces one-way traffic in Khardongla, Changla and other key passages. Himachal Pradesh reels under heavy rain with 68 roads blocked, 2,349 transformers down and 234 water schemes disrupted. Himachal Pradesh capital Shimla shut schools and colleges after landslides, uprooted trees and blocked roads from overnight rain. Bias River swells dangerously after heavy rain in Mandi, triggering flood-like conditions. IMD issues red alert for Jammu and Kashmir, warns of very heavy rainfall, residents advised to stay away from water bodies. Punjab faces grim flood situation after 72 hours of incessant rain, villages inundated, people forced to flee homes. Typhoon Kajiki devastates Vietnam's Cao Lo town, leaving trails of destruction and forcing locals to salvage belongings. Peru shuts over 100 ports after raging waves kills one and batter coastal infrastructure. Massive dust storm sweeps Arizona, grounding flights at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. Oregon wildfire burns 22,000 acres, threatening thousands of homes as firefighters battle the flat fire. Europe's wildfires scorch over 1 million hectares of forest this summer, surpassing devastation of 2017. Two wildfires rage on in Spain's Galicia region, burning across Avian and Carbaíta de Valdioras. Snowfall blankets Chile's on these mountains, giving Santiago residents a clear view of snow-capped peaks. Veteran Bengali actor Joy Banerjee, known for films like Troy, passes away at the age of 63 in Kolkata. Veteran Kannada actor Dinesh Mengaluru, best known for KGF and Kantara, passed away at the age of 55. Flute maestro Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia performs at the 28th Amar Jyoti event at Kamani Auditorium in New Delhi. The program is held every year as a tribute to Indian soldiers. South Indian superstar Vijay Deverakonda star Kingdom to stream on Netflix on the 27th of August after it hit the theatres last month. Bollywood actor Manoj Bajpayee's quirky crime thriller Inspector Zinde trailer is out on OTT platform Netflix. Filmmaker Neeraj Gaiwan, known for Masan, won Best Film and Best Director at Indian Film Festival of Melbourne 2025 for his narrative fiction drama Homebound. Bollywood actor Sayami Kher joins the star cast of Doordarshan's upcoming film Hewan, which also features Akshay Kumar and Saif Ali Khan. The trailer of musical rom-com film Mannu Kya Karega is out on Tuesday. The film will hit the theatres on the 12th of September this year. The trailer of Love in Vietnam, the first ever India-Vietnam co-production, is out. The film is set to release on the 12th of September this year. Netflix's animated film K-pop Demon Hunters has grabbed the #1 spot at the US box office with a collection of $18 million. Osaka's Rozoji district held the traditional Jisupon festival where residents offered prayers to Jisu statues for children's health, safety and growth. On Turkey's Kusadasi Davutlar beach, hatchlings of Karita loggerhead turtles made their way to the sea with the help of volunteers. Paris hosted a ceremony for restored skulls of a Malagasy king and 2 of his warriors who were killed during the French colonization of Madagascar. The Oriental darter, a rare founded long-necked waterbird, has been spotted for the first time in Hainan province. The species appeared in Yunnan in 2021 after 90 years. The Czech Republic's National Museum has opened a rare exhibition displaying 3 million years of old human fossils. The Tawila cisterns, ancient reservoirs carved into Yemen's Shamsan mountains, have been recognized by the Arab Architectural and Urban Heritage List. In Jaisalmer, Rajasthan, a 201.4 million year old fossil of a phytosaur, a crocodile, has been discovered. It is one of the most significant fossil finds in India. India is gearing up for Ganesh Chaturthi. Streets and pandals are ready, whereas Lal Bagh Cha Raja in Maharashtra has drawn devotees for an early glimpse. In Odisha's Sambalpur, Ganesh Chaturthi is being celebrated in a unique way with a 26-foot Ganesh idol made of apples, drawing attention from devotees and visitors. Hartalika Tej is being celebrated in North India as women fast and pray for marital harmony and prosperity. Hockey India announces free entry for fans for the Asia Cup matches beginning in eastern town of Rajgir on 29th of August. India's star javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra will return to action at Diamond League final title in Zurich, Switzerland on Thursday. Neymar will miss Brazil's final 2 World Cup qualifiers against Chile and Bolivia next week. India's R. Pragnananda secured an impressive victory over Frenchman Ali Riza to claim the joint lead after the 7th round of the Sinquefield Cup. R. Pragnananda's compatriot D. Kukesh was outplayed by America's Wesley. In US Open, Francis Tiafoe secured a confident victory over Japan's Yoshihito Nishioka. 12th seed Casper Ruud cruised his way into round 2. Ruud registered straight sets victory against Austria's Sebastian Ofner. Spanish second seed and 2022 champion Carlos Alcaraz defeated Relio Pilca to advance to the second round. In women's singles category, Mexico's Renata Zaruzua pulled off a stunning upset, sending 6th seed Madison Keys out of the US Open. Twice Wimbledon champion Petra Kvitova paid an emotional farewell to professional tennis after her first round defeat to Diana Perry. New Zealand fast bowler Will O'Rourke will be out of action for 3 months due to a stress fracture in his lower back. Zimbabwe announces that Brendan Taylor will make his return to the ODI squad in its upcoming series against Sri Lanka. Oman announced a 17-member squad for the upcoming T20 Asia Cup that begins on the 9th of September in United Arab Emirates. The Netherlands called up 17-year-old batter Cedric de Lange as one of 3 injury replacements for its upcoming 3-match T20I series against Bangladesh. And German football club Borussia Dortmund has extended coach Niko Kovac's contract until 2027. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere. Keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.